they control. They literally start to kill the life of the people they control. Because they're controlling everything. They control what they eat. They control what they wear. They control, what groceries they buy. They control what movies they watch. It's like, you can only do what I let you do. And so they actually start smothering the person and killing the life of that person and the ability of that person to make decisions apart from them. Like to do something that they don't like doing. So they smother and they kill the life of those people. It's like a parent that I have decided, whether you like it or not, when you grow up, you're going to be a doctor. So my wife comes to me, Glenn, what do you think that Yeshi, Esther and Hannah should be when they grow up? What do you think we should make them into? And I said, I don't think we should make them into anything but people that seek after God and find out from God what their destiny is.
Come on.
I'm not here to make Humi a doctor. Yeshi a doctor. Definitely not going to make Humi one. That's finished. But I'm not here to make Yeshi a doctor, but if Yeshi starts to feel that God's called her and she's got a heart to be a doctor, I've got to empower her to do that. Now, as a parent, obviously moral and immoral behaviour, we have to control immoral behaviour. We don't let them do immoral things. But when it comes to, what does Yeshi want to be? Are we going to send them all to university? Well, let's wait till they get a bit older and let's sit down with the kids and talk. Do they want to go to university? They might not want to go to uni. They might want to go to TAFE and learn how to cook food and actually get a better job in the end. So there's this thing, the people that are really healthy emotionally empower others to fulfill their destinies. But people that are not healthy, they control others and they try to get those people to fulfill the destiny they have for them. And that actually kills the work of God, because you do what I want you to do. You need to be successful the way I want you to be successful. Okay? They often end up having very emotionally dependent relationships, and their families especially become very dependent on them and indecisive, because the controller, the possessive controller, the people under them have no freedom to make decisions, and it's just like, I don't know what to do, because if I make a decision that they don't agree with, I'll get in trouble, and then they become very indecisive people. They don't step out and just do things. They have to question themselves all the time. Okay, so this is not just how it affects you, it's how you affect other people. Okay, number 4, we're moving into directly control and manipulation in relationships. Control and manipulation. I don't want you driving the car. I want to drive the car because I feel safer. I feel insecure when you take over and drive the car. So I'm going to drive the car in life. And that's one of the examples of someone that's a controller. They can't let someone else drive. And I'm not just talking about driving a car, I'm talking about driving a car in life. I have to set the course of where we go. You don't have any authority to make the decision where we go. And this is scary when you've got pastors like that, This is it. All of you, this is what you're going to do in life. Deep inside, these people are very insecure. They're insecure with other people. And so they're scared of people being empowered around them, because when people are empowered, they lose power. There's 2 types of controller. Number 1, the aggressive controller. Number 2, the passive controller. Now, these guys are aggressive controllers. These guys are passive. The aggressive controller, I must be in charge and I must lead, otherwise see you later. If I don't get it to go my way, then I don't want to be part of this. Bye-bye, you do whatever you want because I'm not interested. That's the aggressive controller. The passive controller has learned how to live with the aggressive controller and how to maintain control, but in passive ways. So they do subtle manipulation. Subtle manipulation can be like crying till they get their way, or throwing a tantrum, Or they do the silent treatment. I'm not going to talk to you for the next 3 days. And the aggressive person, they can't stop talking. But the passive controller says, I'm going to not talk to you for 3 days, and then I'm going to gain control by not talking, because you're going to get very insecure. Because you want me to talk. And you want me to react. And I'm not going to react. I'm just thinking, I'm not talking to you. Okay. They've learned how to survive and get their emotional needs met by doing manipulative things. Now, because of their wounding, controllers, as long as they're in charge, they're happy with life. And they think they're leaders, but they're actually just controllers. They think they're in leadership. True leadership is to serve and empower, but these people dominate and control. And as long as they're in control, they're happy. But as soon as they're out of control and decisions get made in a way that they don't like, they start to lose their peace and they feel insecure. They'll cut off relationships with people they don't agree with very coldly. But if there's a disagreement, they can have a long-term friend, and if there's a disagreement because they don't agree with the person, they just cut them off. You don't agree with me, you're not doing what I say and what I want you to do, I have no relationship with you. I don't care what happens in your life. Now that's a sign of an aggressive controller. They don't give a person the freedom to make a decision that they don't agree with. And that's very unbiblical, ungodly. Okay, the next area. Has anyone started to see themselves a little bit? Okay, that's good. I'm going to go and pray a lot tonight. Okay, the next one. Difficulty receiving correction or instruction of others, from others. They find it very difficult to receive correction or instruction from others, which means they're very unteachable. They're very stubborn. They have already made their decision of what they want to do and where they want to go, and they're not open to other people's opinions. And this is very, very scary in a marriage. When you get one person who's just totally stubborn and unteachable, and their partner is trying to have input, they won't let their partner have true input. When people start... Now, we all like to receive input when people are agreeing with us, yeah? I love people to come along and encourage me. Glenn, that's good, and everything all your decisions are wonderful, and they're all from God, and let's keep doing that. But when people disagree with me, and they might be wrong and I might be right, but how do you handle people disagreeing with you, and how do you handle when people want to step in and give you some input or some correction? We've got to have true trust in people to receive from them. So, obviously, in this person, they don't really trust others in life. There's a fear thing again. That's why there's a type of control issue. I'm going to be in control. I'm going to drive the car. I'm going to make sure we do what I want to do, and I don't want anyone else controlling what we do. And it's because I don't really trust other people. And when you don't trust other people, it shows you don't trust God. And that's what I had to learn as a leader. When God said, "Shut up, Glenn, I command you." You go into that meeting. I had to pray, "God, you take over," because I had to learn to trust God to actually make decisions through other people. And it made me very insecure that I wasn't allowed to be in control of the decision-making process. They often, because they don't trust, deep down they harden their hearts towards others, especially they harden their hearts towards any sort of authority figure. So they don't like to have to submit under the pastor and have the pastor come along and challenge them in their life or marriage. And so they'll separate themselves from people that they know are in disagreement with them, or people that want to challenge them about something. They find it very hard to submit to authority. Often they've been hurt by dominating authority for this to happen. Authorities threaten them. Authority threatens them because authority is a person that can come in and say, "I want to take control in this situation." These people are very stubborn and opinionated in what they want to do and how they want to do it. And very unyielding in receiving other people's opinion. They'll listen, but they kind of, you know, when the teacher says stand up, but you're sitting down on the inside and you stand up on the outside. You know that story? I'm standing up on the outside because I have to, but on the inside I'm still sitting down, man. And so these people are like that. They'll be listening. Thank you for your advice. Thank you for your advice. But on the inside it's like, I'm not listening to a single word you're saying. I've made up my mind. On the inside, I'm not. But on the outside, especially if they're Korean or Japanese. Hey, yes, Japanese are really like that. I tell you what, I've got Japanese friends. And it's like, they hate your guts and they're still going, hey. Totally disagree with you, but yes. Okay. Who are you on the inside? So these people on the outside, they might come across as really teachable and thank you for your advice and I'm really listening to that. I'll pray over that. It's like, they're saying I'll pray over that, but inside it's like, I don't even have to pray. I know what I'm doing. I've made my decision. God is going to listen to me. I'll tell him what I do. Okay. The next one. These people also find it difficulty in receiving or giving of love and acceptance because they can become very cold. Stubborn people can become very cold in their personalities. Again, it's very interesting, the outside-inside person. The outside person looks like they're giving and receiving love, but the inside person's hard like a rock. It's called a heart of stone. In counseling, we say certain people have hearts of stone. And God says to Jeremiah, I want to take out the heart of stone, I want to give them a heart of flesh. A heart of flesh that feels, that loves, that's got joy. So these people on the outside can look like, oh yes, I love you and thank you, and they can be friendly, but actually deep inside, it's very difficult for them to receive or give love. And to accept others, especially others who don't agree with them. In life, you need to really feel safe and secure with a person in order to receive from them love and counsel. And so they find it hard to really trust people again. Woundedness has caused these people to feel insecure in relationships with most people. We must learn how to receive before we can give. So people who don't really know how to receive love, they're not able to really give love. People who don't know how to receive wisdom and counsel from others really don't have an authority in how they give wisdom and counsel. They might give people a lot of wisdom and counsel, like a lot of their ideas, but they don't have an authority in giving it because they've never really learned how to receive it. Their hearts have become way too hard because of the woundedness. They often find it hard to express in words their emotions and feelings. People with hearts of stone, they find it very hard to communicate how they actually feel. You know, I feel hurt here, or I feel discouraged. They find it very hard to communicate their feelings. Okay, that's that group. Difficult giving love and receiving love. Okay, the next one. And this is almost like a different type of person, okay, to that last one. These people are in constant need of love and attention and being recognized. It's like, please love me, please hug me, please listen to me. It's like, these are what we call in life the leeches. And you get those people called the leeches, and like the first person, it's like, I don't need anybody, I'm independent, I know what I'm doing, I'm strong enough, I can do everything by myself, thank you very much. That's the first person that we looked at. Now this person is different. They're like, you see them coming up to you and it's almost like Count Dracula. Give me blood, you know. I want to sit with you for the next 5 hours and just have you give to me, you know. And so these people are in constant need of attention, and then they'll sit down, they'll talk about me. Please listen to me. You need to listen. I need more of you to listen to me. This is this person here. They have a deep need for others to praise them. Oh, you didn't praise me. What do you think about my new dress? Oh, well, what do you think about the food that I just made? Isn't it delicious? And there's nothing wrong with saying that sometimes, but people are always, it's like, oh, you need to encourage me because I feel discouraged at the moment. Now, all of us need encouragement, amen? That's healthy. Remember we talked about the healthy hand? Okay? All of us need to be encouraged. All of us need to be praised. This is what we call the 5 love languages. The 5 love languages. Number 1, we all need to receive from others unconditional love. We know that they love us even though we've made mistakes. Even though we've failed. That's the love of God. He loves people that have sinned, but He doesn't love their sin. And we talked about that already. From God's side it's unconditional, but for us to receive God's love we have to do something. But we all need to know that we're loved no matter what. And even though I've failed, even though I've made a mistake, that they still love me. I need to know that. The next one, peace and security. I need to feel safe in life. This is an emotional need. For me to be emotional, I need to be in a place where I'm feeling safe. I need to be in relationships where I feel secure, so I can trust these people. We need that. The next one, words of encouragement. So we all need praise. We need to be encouraged. Words of blessing, words of encouragement. The next one is boundaries. We all need boundaries. Boundaries is what we need to have safe boundaries in life. What you can and what you can't do. This is yes. This is no. And you put boundaries around children. You know, the child knows that they're doing something naughty and they're going somewhere naughty and they keep looking up at the parents. Am I going to get a smack yet? And by the parents say, get back from there, or you get a smack if you go over there. The parents is setting a boundary. And boundaries keep you in a safe place. It brings walls of protection. Okay, so safety and security, unconditional love, words of encouragement, boundaries, and the last one is purpose. Everyone needs, to be emotionally healthy, you need to have a purpose. When you don't have a goal or a purpose in life, why am I alive? I don't know. What's my reason for living? I don't know. What are you doing on planet Earth? I don't know. You know, if you don't have a sense of purpose, you will not be emotionally healthy. So, having shared that, it's okay to desire to be thanked and praised or encouraged, but when people are in constant need of that, and so they're very needy people, and I need you to encourage me, and when you don't get people encouraging you, you fall apart and you get depressed and you start crying or whatever goes on in your life. And men don't cry, so they just go somewhere and hide and work in a tool shed or something. They always, and this is how you tell these people, when you have a conversation, they always start to steer the conversation around back to who they are. You know, and I talk about me, and talk about my opinion, and talk about my story, and let's have this conversation about me again. And so you notice, you know, you're trying to talk about something else, and you end up talking about them. You know, that's a sign that's very unhealthy. Now, it's okay to talk about yourself sometimes. Jesus did. But these people are constant, like you can't get in a conversation without it coming back to them. And they want your focus on them all the time. Okay, the next one. People who constantly are feeling unloved and therefore they draw rejection out of others. People who feel unloved and they feel rejected, and so what they actually end up doing is they draw rejection out of others. And this is like that leech person that comes to you and you see them walking down the road and so there they are again, they're going to suck the living daylights out of me and, you know, emotionally. And so what happens is I see this needy, rejected person coming and I run away. It's like, I don't have what this person needs right now, you know. And so these people that are there hungry for love, but they actually cause themselves in life to be rejected. So they find that they have friends, new friends, but after a very short season, their friends walk away. Because these people have got love with a hook, and hooks hurt you, by the way. And so what happens is this person after a while of shallow relationship, people start to know who they are, and people leave them. So are you the sort of person you don't have deep long-term friendships and you can only have new friends? And after a short season you've got to go and find some other new friends? Well, that's a sign of woundedness, because when you're secure and you're healthy, you can go very deep in relationships and you can work through conflict. These people can't work through conflict when they're wounded, because once I really start facing conflict, people find out who I am and they start to disagree with me, or they laugh at me because of my opinion. I'm walking away and I'm going to find someone that doesn't laugh at me, and someone that loves me and likes me and pats me on the back all the time. Okay. These people will feel betrayed very easily. In relationships, they feel that they've been betrayed. They feel that they've been badly done by. Therefore, they become very suspicious of people. They're very, what do you want from me? And they always think people want stuff from them. They actually set themselves up for rejection, but blame other people for rejecting them. So they're the person that pushed everybody away, and then they say, well, it's their fault. The reason I'm not in a relationship with them at the moment, it's their fault, but actually they're the one that cut off the relationship. So they cut off the relationship, blame others for it. Wherever they go, they actually start to look for rejection in every relationship. They're waiting. When are they going to hurt me? When are they going to reject me? Eventually, they're going to find out who I am. And this is sometimes almost subconsciously, this is how they're thinking. So they sabotage relationships before they get really deep. Because they know that when they get really deep, and remember the heart? Remember how we drew the heart? This is what's going on here. They can't go deep in relationships because as long as I'm shallow, it's